everybody, it's Life and Relationship Coach Roland The Real speaking from SavingRelationships.com. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I appreciate all of you. God bless everyone. This video is going to be for both the ladies and the men. Understand that your partner is suffering and be aware that they're suffering and acknowledge to them that they are suffering. Okay, so whenever you guys are in an argument or you're getting in a fight or you see your partner acting a certain way, understand that they are suffering inside, or whatever issue they got going on. If it's a problem with you, if it's a problem with themselves, it could be from their upbringing and that's how they are now. Or if it's not about that, it could be something that maybe you think that she thinks or he thinks that you did. So technically it comes out that they're inside, that they start to get angry, resentful, whatever the case is, and it's basically holding on to the ego, which I'll make another video for that, which is very powerful. But the big problem is that they're suffering, and you need to be aware that they're suffering. You need to understand, like, hey, recognize that they are suffering inside. It's a cry for help. And I mean, suffering and crying for help, that sounds like an extreme statement, but in reality, that's kind of like just what it is, right? So the problem is that when you see your partner acting angry, resentful, bitter, or, whatever, the mood might have changed or whatever it is, recognize that they're suffering. Instead of labeling them crazy, always, moody or whatever the case is, recognize that they're suffering inside. They don't know how to say it, and their pride and ego doesn't let them explain it to you nicely. They just let it build up. Some partners are like that, not saying all, but they let it build up, and then they blow up, and then you're like, hey, what the, So even if they blow up on you, recognize, this is so key, guys, just pay attention and follow me here, that they're suffering inside and they don't know how to let it go. They don't know how to express it. So if you, as the partner, recognize, hey, well, my partner's suffering right now, even though they're being mean and they're being angry and all these things, recognize that they're suffering. And if you do that, you'll be able to understand, okay, hey, well, they're suffering, so I'm going to give them some space, or I'm going to sit there and say, hey, what's wrong? You know what I mean? I know there's something wrong. Just explain it to me. Tell me. I'm here for you. I know that you're suffering inside. And you guys, what you want to do is also let them know that you're suffering. And you might be the same way. You don't know how to explain it to them. Let them know that you're suffering. So what you do is you turn around and tell them, hey, I'm suffering. I know you're suffering, and I love you very much. And let's talk to each other, and let's explain to each other that and acknowledge that we are both suffering. You know what I'm saying? That is so key. You guys put that as a foundation in your relationship, and oh my God, you have no idea how good your relationship's gonna be. It's so key. So always recognize that your partner is suffering when they act like that. Doesn't mean they're a mean person. It doesn't mean they're not a good person. All those things. It doesn't mean that. It's just everyone's suffering inside and they don't know how to explain it. So there was times where in my past relationships where I was suffering, but I didn't make it a big deal. I was good at controlling it, good at like changing the subject or just changing my mood. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to make it look like I'm weak, or I don't want to make it look like that I'm mad. So I'm going to be prideful and just not say nothing. And she, on the other hand, she wasn't prideful on showing that she was angry. She was just prideful on admitting, and it was a form of like bowing down or giving in when she would have to say something. So it was the wrong mentality. And I didn't know she was suffering. I just thought she was crazy. Right? So that's what you want to do. You want to understand that that's what's really going on in the background. Like that's actually what's happening here. So I want to make sure you guys are super aware of this. It's super key. If you can really grasp that, to understand that, like, hey, I hope it's not windy, guys. To really understand and grasp that your partner is suffering, and that's what's really going on here. So to make things better, All you guys got to do is recognize that, explain it to each other, and then every time it happens, understand that that's what's happening. Because you guys got to work on yourselves. You got to work on your ego. You got to work on your pridefulness. You got to work on your communication level of understanding that that's suffering. It's so key, you have no idea. So I ain't gonna make this video too long. Hope you guys are all filled with love, laughter, happiness, success, and health and wealth. And if you want to book any coaching calls, please reach me at info@savingrelationships.com. Again, that's info@savingrelationships.com. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care. Bye.